Hello everybody. Welcome. How are we doing today? How are we doing? Spire 2! The second one, not the first one. The second Spire. Maybe it's the same Spire, I don't know. Could be the same Spire. What is up? Welcome, Poi. Welcome. We got Defect. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you know. It seemed like there was this other character, like the pointy guy on the throne. And it really felt like, oh, that person looks kind of like a Defect replacement. You know what I mean? Same kind of color scheme-ish. A little bit more... I was gonna say more like royal blue rather than baby blue. It's like, oh man, well, I guess Defect had too many like design problems and stuff, but yeah, welcome Rose? Should I call you Rose? Should I call you Epsilon or S? Yeah, Epsilon. Despite the name, I don't think Slaying the Spire is canon and Slay the Spire, so I think the same Spire. Yeah. Oh, I said at the start of the React that I was like, oh, is that the heart? And I think it actually is. I think that thing that Silent was fighting at the start was actually the heart. Because at the end, like, they turn on the heart music remix, so... Yeah, Watcher has a little bit more design problems than Defect, so... Watcher has a little bit of extra problems with her, so... I mean, honestly, I feel like if you just, like, once per turn rush down, like, character's almost there, you know what I mean? And, like, what, Meditate's really good? Like, I don't know. Meditate is, like, store 2 energy... plus buy back 1 to 2 cards. But those are the standouts, I think. Everything else is sort of like, okay, well, Rage is really good. I wonder if times 1.5 is like... It's like you're... stackable, vulnerable, but you have vulnerable... I don't know. It's a numbers thing. I don't know, maybe times 2 is actually, like, correct. Anyways... Dude. You wanna know what's the most important thing about the release trailer? Was, like... How do I say this? It was like... just like 3 seconds of highly detailed Silent feat. And it's like, wow, that's impressive, dude. That's really good. That's crazy, bro. Somebody thought that was incredibly, very, extremely important. Guys, we just wanted to feature footwork in the trailer. That's all. She was just buffing plus 3 dexterity. There's nothing weird about this. Incredibly detailed. What was it? Toe to heel, kind of. Ball of foot to flat-footed. That was crazy. I also like that they seemingly use the same way to get relics for multiplayer as the board game because it makes for fun builds. Yeah, how does that work? Someone was mentioning that, because, like, for real, I think that, like, high-level Slay the Spire, being that there's so many infinites and stuff, that, like, playing with 3 other people doesn't matter. So I was like, why? I was just thinking, like, oh, how do they balance Slay the Spire for 4 people? If you just, like... you know. You can just go infinite. Why do I have 3 teammates? If I can go infinite on turn 1, why do I have 3 teammates? Specifically. But that's like, I don't know. It's like very high level. Also, like, actually legitimately a concern. Like, outside of the fact of being like, oh, haha, look at me, I'm so good at this game. I'm very infinite. He is actually like, well, if you're playing with 3 people and then one person just, like, goes, and then they just take, like, a really long time playing their turn, like, does that make people, like, unhappy? You know? It's kind of like the time... Not time manipulation, time... Monopoly, there we go. It was an M word. Time monopoly. But I don't know, if they're, like, more careful. I heard there was a number of, right, like, rushdown in the board game is once per turn. There's a bunch of, like, kind of fixes like that, you know? As someone who likes to go around barefoot when there isn't frozen water all over the ground, I appreciate Silent's barefoot representation. I also like Silent's feet. Stupid. I'm so tired, dude. I'm not usually awake before 12. So this is, like, really early for me. Yeah, I mean, if you have the ability to do that, and you enjoy it, then by all means. I used to know one person who liked going around barefoot. I think it was more like a goal, I guess, for him. He wanted to have, like, thick skin on his feet, basically. When you get a relic, you get 1 per player and choose who gets each one. I see. So it drops a pool of, like, 4, and then each person gets 1. As opposed to, like, getting your 1 relic, and then it's like, well, that's the one you get. There's more choice. Lets you do more things. I want the shuriken this run. I want it. Okay, yeah, I need to wake up. That's one thing I need to do. The other thing was... I was thinking a number of things. The one thing was, like, okay, we're gonna record the bog slop standard React stuff. But I was a little sad that I didn't take the time to, like, watch over it in more detail. And we're not doing that now because I need to leave at exactly 1 o'clock. So we're just gonna play Spire. But I'm sure there's a lot of little details and stuff that I would like to see when I watch it again later. There was, like, a lot of cards on screen, so... Also, Hyper Beam looked like it ate orb slots, or all the orbs, or whatever. If it was Hyper Beam, it kind of looked like Hyper Beam. So, that was interesting. I only walk barefoot inside, or if I'm going outside for, like, a minute. Yeah, I never go barefoot outside. Just can't do it. Little baby man feet. Also because, like, I don't know. I feel like with the expectation that people are going to be wearing shoes when they go outside, like footwear of some kind, like, I'm just concerned about waste. Like, literally glass or something. Just, like, randomly accidentally walk on glass. It's probably not fun. Or any other kind of waste, sharp waste. Would be my concern. But yeah, let's just hop into it. I just wanted to play Spire. That's it. we could have played Flagbearer today, I guess. No news? Did they... I don't know if they mentioned anything about modding. I'm still holding on to that promise that was made a long time ago. Like, you know, just then potentially mod support. I want the potentially mod support. But I don't know if they would have that in early access, I guess. They're still like changing a significant amount of the code base around. That's what calluses are for, and that's why I prefer walking on pavement. You can see what you're going to step on. See, I'm not trying to have like a deep philosophical argument about the steppings on the outsides, so please forgive me if I'm coming off as combative? Confrontational? These aren't the right word. Contrarian, there we go. No, but the thing that I'm scared of is walking on pavement and not seeing the glass. That's what I'm scared of. Just watching the trailer now, and it looks like there's an entirely new style of event. Like, what do you mean by that? New style of event. I saw the like puzzle thing, right? Or the flipping thing. Yeah, they mentioned like new events, new characters. I really do hope that they like reboot Watcher. Because like, I'm gonna be honest, for me, I just really like playing Watcher, and I feel like it just has such a bad rap, you know what I mean? Watcher's like, people find Watcher complicated, and then also like, that's what I'm referring to at 2 or 3. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, a more like interactive, clicky on screen event. Yeah, Watcher's like, for some people it's like, oh, Watcher's too complicated, and then for other people it's like, Watcher is too broken because Rushdown exists, and that just like wins you the game. Which like it kind of does. Rushdown is pretty like auto pick. And then I think the other, I guess, lens or axis is that, oh, well, Watcher is very one-pointed. Like, Scry isn't really an archetype. Like, it's just not very good. And then, like, Mantra is, like, not really an archetype. I guess maybe it's just because, like, the other things that Watcher can do are just bad. That might be, that might be it. Like, a lot of it is just calm rage, stance dancing, and that's it. All the other stuff is kind of bad. So, anyways, Watcher has a lot of design problems, but stance dancing is very fun. So, I hope they reinvigorate that somehow. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, I guess, is what my addendum that'll add. Would not be surprised if they did not. Okay. Shall we play some Defect? I want to play some Defect. I'm glad that I've been enjoying the other 3 characters more recently. I haven't played a lot of Ironclad, I guess. But I feel like I've solidified the... I'm so bad at playing these characters, but at least I'm enjoying them now. Playing Defect, time to lose. Yeah, basically. How long did it take me to do Ascension 20 on Defect? Like, a month? A month of recording runs. Oh, man. Oh, I was gonna say that you mentioned that Defect was kind of chunky in the Spire 2 stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay. Like, Ironclad got some chunkiness. Defect got some chunkiness. Can we give Silent some, like... Can we just... I know Silent is, like, a live fighter, rogue person But, like, in order to do all of that stuff, you know, in order to do all of the backflips and stuff, you need to have a lot of, like, leg power. Which means that the legs can be, like, a little... Can make the... Just... You can't see me waving my arms around. Did you see the new anniversary mod they showcased? I did not. What is that? Is that on Steam right now? Yeah, what is that? Look at him here. He's so skinny, no armor on his bones. Yeah. It's not very thick. He has very... I was gonna say his feet are very pronounced in the new model. Okay, we have Gold Colorless Card or Nia's Lament. There's a shop right there. That looks fun. Bonfire immediately after. Oh, I guess there's like encounter bonfire. We'll wake up eventually. It kind of like ropes me into doing another elite fight. I mean, I kind of like that. I'm not super huge on sniping things, honestly. I guess if it sniped this, it's like, because it's a flaming elite. You want her to have bare feet and muscles? That's too much power for one character. I'd agree with you, though. My favorite thing about ranger characters, and I will yell this to the mountaintops until the end of time. My favorite thing about any kind of, like, archer or ranger or dexterity-based, like, agile fighter is that they need to have some, like... They need to have some leg going on, you know what I mean? And that's just it. It's just power. It feels powerful. And then you know if it, like, wasn't super defined, it's just kind of, like, larger, and you assume there's muscle there, but overall, it just looks like they're kind of thick. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop. I don't know if I want to take 3 encounters, or if the shop is going to be really good and then I can find an elite. It's like, I don't... This is a lot of my problem with making decisions in Slay the Spire. Is that, like, I can't tell if I'm supposed to take 3 encounters or not. Because there's going to be a difficult encounter before this elite. And I feel like that's going to be very hard if I do that. But, which I guess, like, if this goes poorly, then I can go there. But I want to see more card rewards. Flara's being greedy? What am I being greedy about? Something else will also be very hard. What is this? What is this? Also, welcome. Welcome. I'm gonna try taking the encounters. Yeah, I guess the problem... It's like, I don't necessarily want the events. The problem with taking this is that if I'm at very low HP before I get to this, and it's like, I want to fight this. Usually. But if I cannot, then I go here, I guess. And then this route is also up to 2 elites. Potentially late shop. Which is not the worst, I guess. There's options. Get him! No! Tragic. We are, in fact, Defect Gaming. Cold Snap or Gruppe. Or Force Field. Pretty sure Cold Snap's just the GOAT. Yeah, I've been wanting actually to, like, slow down my thinking a little bit more, because I feel like I just make decisions. But, like, part of my problem with just making decisions is that, like, when the decision is actually complicated, I feel like I can't come to a good conclusion about, like, what I'm supposed to do. So, like, the pathing, for example, I was like, I don't know. I guess the upside of the events is just... Well, yeah, the upsides were, like, having more HP getting to the elite, and also, like, this not being a difficult encounter. Should just let chat decide your fate? I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm good. You can do that in Spire too when you grief my runs. I'm just trying to play Spire, and then you're like, I think I'm gonna attack Writhing Mass for fun. I'm just gonna do it because it's fun. It's just a little fun, you know? We take the Cool-Headed. It'd be fun to do Slay the Streamer, but there may be too few people who know Spire well enough to make it work. Yeah. Yeah. You don't use any quality of life mods for some reason that's surprising. I use Minty, I think. Like, I use the thing that tells me how much damage I'm taking. Like, that's the main thing. A very bold strategy not to get any good block cards. What do you mean? We have Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed's a block card. I think it's bold that I have no damage right now. Well, I mean, we have Ori now. I'm like 90% to take Ori here. I also want this capacitor. Do I take a second Cold Snap? This is where I'm always like, I don't know if I'm supposed to take 2 Cold Snaps. Like, these decisions are too hard, man. Like, I feel like I want to take another Cold Snap just so that I have more damage in my deck. But it doesn't, like, necessarily solve the elite that I'm about to fight. It's mostly referring to the color-coded map and the ability to mark out a path. I'd forgotten about Minty. Yeah, I think that, like... I've seen people use, like, the marking thing. And, I think I had one that had marking. And it looked interesting. And I think, like, I was considering using it. But honestly, like, it's like, I want to say that my map evaluation is, like, pretty simple, and also, like, I think it's fine, you know what I mean? I don't think the percentage points I'm losing have to do with my pathing. I think they have to do with my card selections and not playing my relics correctly. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just, like, pathing terribly and then I just, like, lose. You know what I mean? Right? Like, my basic breakdown is, like, elites, bonfires that are near elites, and forks. Like, that's it. I'd take Remove Strike, buy Cold Snap, buy Capacity Potion. I don't know if that's optimal, but that's what I would do. Capacity Potion over Capacitor? we don't want to play Capacitor. I'm pretty sure Ori is just gas. Also, if we Ori into Biased Cog, we have a Panacea, which is pretty cool. I think Turbo is also really good if we find Skim. Or Hologram. It's useful for planning things out. I mostly mention it because you were talking about decision making and also how... Or also because it's a good way to show viewers what you're thinking. That's fair. I think I like the axis that it, like, helps show people what you're thinking. So it's like, you can show where you are on the map instead of, like... Right? Early Capacitor is generally suspicious, and the potion is better for the elite. It's fair. Yeah, it's like the Capacitor, I think, with 2 Cold Snaps is like 2 Cold Snaps and a Cool Headed means we can have like 5 Frost Orbs eventually. We're definitely taking the Ori. And then we'll think about the rest of it. See a Seek, take a Seek. Defragment. Well, I'm pretty sure I want this Seek and this Defragment, so we'll get those out of the way. Now what? I don't really get Capacitor until I have enough to fill out all 3 slots. So it's like there's intention to buy this Cold Stab. Because then I can have a lot of Frost Orbs. I want to upgrade this Defragment. I guess I could upgrade Cool Headed and that also makes Turbo better. We found Hologram. Do we want Hologram? Under no circumstances would I have taken the Ori, but I also kind of hate the Relic more than is reasonable. I think Ori is, like, really, really strong. Like, insanely strong. Like, we just got... I was gonna say 2 rares, but... Hologram can do silly things. Yeah, I'm wondering if I also take the Streamline. Because I think one of these has a Hologram and one of these has a Streamline. I'm just wondering if we need, like, more damage. The thing is, you don't have to take 5 cards. Like, I'm also considering skipping. But, like, being able to just get, like, a power, like, Defragment. We also got a rare. If this was, like, a Meteor Strike, that also would have been really good. Like, I think Ori is just, like, good. Getting cards is good. Getting the right cards is good. And being able to see, like, all of them at the same time is really good. So, it's my opinion. But now I get more decisions, and then I have a lot of decisions to make. It's like, oh no. Not the thing that I said I was having problems with. I want to be, like, really greedy and not take any of these, like, holograms or whatever. Or, like, we can take the hologram and then just not upgrade it as well. Yeah, it's like... I guess I don't know how it rolls it. I don't know if it rolls it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individually. Like the last one is more likely to have a rare. We got 2 rares in these 25. I'm gonna take a hologram. And then I was interested in a Cold Snap. Maybe. And I can have like 3 Cold Snaps on my first reshuffle. With an upgraded Defragment is like 20 block every turn. I know I can afford it. Ooh, what if I bought the flex potion with the panacea so that I can kill things? What if I just killed them? What if I just had +5 strength and killed them? Oh god. Flower's greed is sickening. I mean, I feel like if I take the cold snap, I'm scared of Knob. Okay. Let's remove a strike. I think I speculatively want to take the turbo as well, but I guess it's a common. We have recycle. Recycle's good enough. Well, if I knew I was gonna die, then, you know. Welcome, Miltio. Yes, Spire 2 is coming out. It is exciting. I'm very excited for it. I kind of just want a potion to put Frost Orbs into play and not die. I guess this kills one of these. And then, yeah. Yes, I'm very excited. They just revealed Defect. The Defect. It's going to be in Spire 2. Okay, but if we deal 8 damage to the wizard, if we do it, then it dies. This is 8. Or we could save it for dual cast, and then we prey on the dual cast. Ah. The cooler defect, the total Chad. Yeah, he's a lot chunkier. Instead of having these little teeny tiny claw feet, he has big chunky grippers. So here's the problem, we're weakened, right? We are weakened, so the cold snap doesn't actually kill this thing. What a tragedy. We are so dead. Could hit the 1 and 3. We could. It is possible. Okay. That's good. That's quite good. These are both 3 block. Bunch of nothing. Yeah, I think this is a bunch of nothing. Okay, how confident are we feeling with fighting Knob? Not really, honestly. I kind of just want to, like, go to this and then, like, at least upgrade Defragment before I die. I want to feel like I accomplished something this run, you know what I mean? I want to feel like I accomplished something before I die, so we'll upgrade the Defragment. I could also not upgrade Defragment and then, like, fight Knob with more HP. I also want to feel that way. Okay. Do I want to play the second Cold Snap? I'm gonna draw the second Cold Snap. Oh my... Wait, hold on a second. My entire deck is gonna be like Strike Bus. We're so dead. We're so dead, dude. We're so unbelievably dead, it's crazy. I feel like I want to play dual cast Cold Snap. So we're gonna find it. It's gonna be really good. We just need to draw all of our Cold Snaps. Can we block yet? Are we blocking yet? It says 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 9 plus 12 is 21. Monster Slay the Spire 2 is going to be interesting with the whole co-op thing. Yeah, for sure. I guess... I'm still a little skeptical, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I didn't include it in the reaction notes, if that makes sense. But I am not really a co-op guy. Like, I'm not super huge on cooperative gaming. I don't know. I feel like Spire for me has always been a very, like it's been like a solo experience, if that makes sense. It's like, I'm gonna sit here and ponder my orb in the Spire. So, I think that it's exciting. Like, cooperative is exciting. I'm also excited to offer to play co-op, like, on stream, as in, like, it's a thing that I can offer. It's a thing that we can enjoy together. But if you ask my preference, I like just being in my solitary and making decisions. We have died. I wonder if the hologram was a mistake. Or maybe, like, remove defend over strike. Board game is pretty good, but I also have a hard time picturing it working well long-term in the video game. Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's interesting. It's an added mode rather than a forced thing, so it's all fine. Yeah, I'm just thinking about, like, how do you, like, the balance. Balancing your mods for co-op will definitely be interesting. Well, I guess I needed to pick the streamline if I was concerned about dying to Knob. Would that improve it? So it's the same thing with, like, all the games that have like companions and stuff running in the background, it's like the same thing, right? Where I'm like, I don't want companions. You know what I mean? Like I don't want any, like I just want to like have my cards and play my game. It doesn't improve it for me to have companions. I always like I feel like I saw, I'm trying to think of what game like did this. It's not did this first, but it's like where I recognized it or where I realized it. Like installs are fun, I guess. Hope it comes with some configs, because with the Together Inspire mod for 1, just multiplying enemy HP by player count isn't quite enough. Well, yeah, I'm assuming that they've, like, designed it a little bit more explicitly, you know what I mean? I kind of feel the same way. I'm glad they're trying something different, but I probably won't use it. Yeah, it's like, I didn't want to be a party pooper, you know what I mean? Because, like, I know that these are things that people like, and I know that it's, like, very exciting. It's a pretty big reveal, right? And I wanted to, like, express and show that I am excited that, you know... overall, I want more people to have more things. But I was just thinking for myself that I'm like, I don't need this. I also don't want to have extra things to worry about. Sup, Rad, welcome. I expect 95 to 99% of my time playing Slay the Spire 2 to be single player. Yeah. It's also going to be like, I'm going to pitch it to my friends, and then they'll play it for like one play session, and then never play again. It's probably what's going to happen. Okay, we have a bonfire after this elite. So I actually only have an hour left, I'm realizing. We spent a lot of time to like lose on floor 8. So... I saw Defect hasn't skipped the gym in the trailer. Yeah, Defect is, like, kind of thick. Alright. Well, actually, wait, hold on a second. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna double snipe 2 elites, and it's gonna be really good. Damn it! Damn it! No! My double snipe! What a tragedy. Also, we got white noise for our trouble. I'm very sad. I pretty much exclusively play games with my friends. My friend group was actually planning on just sticking with, say, the Spire 1 Together Inspire before the trailer reveal, and now we're going to 2 immediately. Well, that's exciting. Just improved the game as a whole, mainly from leading to players interacting with each other more. Co-op enjoyers can enjoy things while solo enjoyers can get more mods and such. More mods and such. Yeah, I mean, like, again, if it's your style of play, sure. I just felt like you were posturing it as if it, like, improved the gameplay experience to have more companions, and I'm like, no. I want to play my single-player game without the companions in my group being like, wow, great job, everybody! I'm gonna go use my skill in the corner. We're gonna yap at each other. We sure dunked on the enemies there. This is like that time where we did that the other time. I don't know what these chirps are, or barks are, but... I don't know. I'm trying to, like, roast Arknight's Enfield, and I don't actually remember what the barks were. I knew I left something in the fridge. Yeah, I wonder if Leap Plus is good. We'll take a Leap Plus. I kind of want to just, like, upgrade this. The mesh. One of the preview images is of Niao asking Construct, "What have you become?" Interesting. Co-op systems for non-co-op things. I mean, I guess if there's, like, contexts of play, right, that, like, making mods for a certain context and then simply, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. Wow! Holy! What the... White noise saves the day. What the hell? That was crazy. Do I take this? I can take the heat sinks for my white noise. It's gonna be crazy. I don't think I can take any of these right now. We already have rebound for recursion. I feel extremely skillful. This guy again. We are so dead. We're so dead, dude. Oh my god. I guess I probably could have done this earlier. Never mind, we're fine. Bad branch. Ah! I hate Dead Branch, bro. White noise just became even better so that we can Dead Branch into something. Trying to pilot 2 decks at the same time could be interesting. Yeah, I think that part of the thing that I enjoy about... I'm assuming this is the case for Slay the Spire, the board game, as well. But the game that I used to play a lot with my friends was Spirit Island. Is that, like... being able to split the mental load is really nice. For, like, people being able to, like... You know, it's like, you can go handle your deck in the corner. So... Like, I've tried to play Magic against myself. It's surprisingly difficult. Alright, well, I guess we're taking this Dead Branch. I think we're taking a Cold Snap. What am I thinking right now? I'm thinking that I want to fight this Burning Elite. Our HP is okay. It's also not going to be Knob. It's like we're really hoping this White Noise is good, I guess. And like 1 or 2 card rewards. What am I looking for to beat stuff? I guess the usual, like, defragment and all that stuff. It's because you're playing against yourself. Wait, what is the context for that? I would not take the Burning Elite simply because it doesn't have a bonfire in front of it. Wow. We're scaling in hallway fights. We're scaling. Look at me scale. It's so funny. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, next turn. Oh my god, we dead branched into white noise. So stupid. My context was you saying it's hard to play against yourself in Magic. Sorry, I'm trying to maybe not contextually. I'm trying to understand, like, what part of playing against myself is supposed to be hard. Are you suggesting that because I am a good player, it is hard to beat myself? Or are you saying that because of the context that you're playing against yourself, that just, like, makes it difficult to play Magic? By itself. That's what I was asking. I had two interpretations in my mind, and I wasn't sure which one you were referring to. Aggregate is energy. We don't, like, really need energy because we have no card draw, but it is aggregate plus, but we do have a toxic egg. We could also take Streamline, because last time we didn't have enough damage for this elite, but this time it's not Knob, so that's probably fine. I'm gonna wager that we probably have enough scaling and I can speculatively take this aggregate and then take card draw later. It's because you are aware of the strategies both sides are using in both sets of cards in hand. Yeah. Non-modded character in Flourish Slay the Spire stream, impossible. Yeah. Gotta go out, make dinner, have fun losing. Alright, see you later. I will have fun losing. Another aggregate. I feel like that's probably not good. Yeah, what's up, Rants? What is up? Oh, I could have played an additional strike if I just played the aggregate. That's very silly of me. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I just wanted to mention about the playing Magic against yourself thing was... I want to say that, like, sometimes what you want to do with your hand is pretty obvious. So, like, I guess the idea was that if I... Like, the aggro deck's gonna just try and curve out, right? And if I was playing a control deck, then it's like, well, the control deck just wants to counter the thing that they were doing. It's not like they're sandbagging it for anything in particular, right? Like, I actually think Magic is, like, very simple. It's, like, a fairly simple game. I guess if you have the information known for a double spell, then it, like, matters more, but I don't know. Yeah, I think our deck does stuff. We're just gonna get there. It's gonna be good. Hexaghost. I think I want to transform a card. There's also a third interpretation that's TOS. I play Magic with myself every night. Nothing much. I'm going to be here only for a bit. Want to work on a personal project. How's it going with you? It's going good. I'm really tired because I am awake like usually I'm like getting out of bed at like 12:30. So I had to be up at like 10. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm so tired. Hey, welcome, Carlos. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. What am I doing here? It's like, I want, like, another card to, like, scale or something, you know what I mean? What does upgrading this do? Makes it cost 0. I'm gonna transform a strike into scaling. That is a cold snap. We have... we once again, we're playing the same run that we did last time. We just have 2 cold snaps. I'm gonna upgrade this cold snap for damage. Oh wait, we have a power potion. Maybe the power potion is good. But like, I want to see what we get off of the white noise first. Because if what we get off the white noise is good enough, then like, I don't think we need to use the power potion. I don't think that's good enough, guys. I don't know if that's enough. Okay, we static discharge, and then we just take all of the damage. If you ever get a Switch 2, I really recommend you get the online free 30-day trial, because they've got some goated Game Boy and even GameCube Fire Emblem games. I did see that they have the GameCube Fire Emblem game. I was considering playing Path of Radiance. Yeah, I asked about this. So I actually... we are currently playing Metroid Prime 4, and it is on the Switch 2, because I acquired one over the holidays. So, I acquired a Switch 2. So, we do have a Switch 2. I'm excited to play the new Fire Emblem when that comes out. I was considering playing Path of Radiance. Actually, what I wanted to do was we play Path of Radiance, and I just do true Iron Man. I just do like a blind true Iron Man run on Path of Radiance, because I think that'd be fun. Defragment capacitor. Do I mean, I think it's just defragment, right? Oh, I guess I got this Thunder Strike, which means that if I took the static discharge and then I like just took a bunch of damage, that would have been kind of cool. What am I doing about my current state of taking 1 billion damage? Nothing. Dying. Can I take any less damage here? That... No! Where's my Leap Plus? I have a Leap Plus in here! It's 12 block! Now what? One of the old trailers, there's art of an old defect that's decrepit and covered in corruption. I do remember that. Because, I think that's why people were like, oh, defect is just dead. Like, defect just doesn't exist anymore. I think one of my favorite comments was like, news of my death was greatly exaggerated. It was very funny. I really do recommend you try Path of Radiance. Even Game Boy Fire Emblem, they're very good and can be great streams. Yeah, it's... I want to have the time to do it. Like, I don't know how long Path of Radiance would take, but it's definitely interesting to me. We have, like... we have Elden Ring to do still. Been meaning to do that. I'm actually wondering if I even do the thing that I said I was going to do. Probably a while, like it's a long game. Buffer Rainbow Creative AI. I don't feel strongly about any of these, honestly. I think I just take the buffer. It is 30 hours. 30 hours is not long. I was thinking if it was like 100 hours. Because I think the other Fire Emblems have taken me like 100 hours to play through. Maybe 50? I guess if I'm like taking my time just playing the game and reading everything. Yeah, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That's pretty long, I guess. I think I just take the buffer. I don't think we need a rainbow. It gets me like a darkness orb. Am I trying to do anything with the darkness orb? I guess we have a bullseye. Bullseye plus darkness orb, is that good? We have 3 pushes in the deck. We have like rebound to set up dual cast. Is that good? I keep asking these things out loud because it's like, this is what I'm thinking. I have no idea if it's good. Which has been my consistent problem in Spire, is that like, well, I have a lot of thoughts in my head. I don't know if any of these thoughts are good. Yeah. I was thinking of, like, so I'll be transparent. I was thinking of playing Path of Radiance leading up to the release of the newest Fire Emblem, so that we can be, like, playing Fire Emblem before we play the new Fire Emblem. In the same way that I am playing Spire 1, where I started playing Spire 1, like, 4 months before Spire 2 came out. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Ooh, you know what? Wait. Is the 30-day free trial like a one-time use thing? Because what we could do is we could save the 30-day free trial for like a month where we play the game on that month. And then we'll try to like beat Path of Radiance before my free trial expires. How many Fire Emblem games can I beat before my free trial expires? Oh, man. Okay. Do we have any opinions on Rainbow? I don't know. I feel like Rainbow Bullseye is, like, maybe a thing we're trying to do. Let's give it a shot. Frozen Core, Sacred Bark, Runic Dome. Rainbow is alright since you have Bullseye. True. That's what I was thinking, but it's kind of like, is that too hard to set up? Am I just gonna die before I get to do that? I don't really like Frozen Core because we already have 2 Cold Snaps. And a Rainbow. Which I guess means we're taking Sacred Bark because, regrettably, I cannot use Runic Dome. I'm not good enough to use Runic Dome. Okay, we're looking at elites. Oh, we have a lot of gold, so I guess we're going to the shop at the start, because we have a lot of gold. And then we can do some encounters, maybe 2 encounters. Take 2 events, then we don't take a 3rd one for the difficult encounter. There's a bonfire immediately after it, but then we have to fight another elite. We go that way. If we go the other way, we can go, like, stop and then just, like, skip everything, like, just do encounters and skip all the other stuff. I feel like I die in Act 2 hallway fights a non-zero amount of the time. Which is, like, unsurprising to nobody. Let's see if we can fight this elite. And then if we're not very confident, we'll just skip all of it and go to the boss. Beep. It's a lot of dazes. Who put those there? Who put those gosh darn dazes there? Alright, we have a dead branch. That was all intentional. 100%. Looks like a skip to me. We have Mirror, Loop, Recycle Plus. Recycle Plus feels like it's going to go hard with our dead branch. Do I want to dupe anything? We can dupe... we could, like, take the loop and then duplicate it. If we wanted to. It's kind of cool. We can remove strikes. We can buy these fruit juices and gain 20 max HP. That's, like, not bad, actually. Heal 20 and gain 20 max HP because we have Sacred Bark. That's, like, cool, right? That's kind of cool. What if we just took all of these and didn't do... We take the claw. It's on sale. Guys, the claw's on sale. Do we take the claw? I think I want to take the fruit juices because that's the most unique thing I can do this run. And I kind of want this recycle because of the dead branch. The question is, do I take the loop? I want to say Rainbow put Dark Orb at the front with Loop Plus. We upgrade it is probably reasonable. Sure. Transform 2 cards. Basically double remove. Or we get Thunderstrike, Steam Barrier. Steam Barrier is fine, but Thunderstrike is like, We just out here blocking. I think we're just out here blocking. We got a hologram. Ooh, Sunder. So much energy and nothing to do with it. Another Sunder. Sequencing. Wow. That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, compile driver for this rainbow is sweet. And then we have recycle. I guess Thunderstrike is just going to be recycle fodder. That's like literally the only thing that's doing in this deck. That's fair. Why do they do this to me? Why did it have to be the first one? Okay, thank God. Electrodynamics. Do I want this force field? No. I don't think I want this zap either. Slavers. Just take 34 damage. Owie. It's like we can get 2 random cards off this recycle. And if we recycle Rainbow and like a defend, we get +3 energy. And my plan was if we... Well, we could ×2 the rebound and kill the thing at the back, which I think might be better. It's like we don't need to recycle 2 things for recycle Rainbow to be good, so maybe what we do is we... It's like I kind of just want this thing to die. I want this thing to not be alive. Get rid of that thing. We'll recycle this. Ooh. We pick up Compile Driver. Punch you. We can recycle Reinforced Body for 2. Or we could play it for 2. We could recycle something else and play it for 3. Get rid of this. Sunder. Not playing Sunder. We want 21, or can we take damage to play this loop? We could do... Taking 2 damage for a loop. Two Sunders. Okay. So here's the thing, right? What if we exhausted things to get powers so that we could draw cards off heat sinks? Would it be good then? Can we fight another elite? Oh, well, we have to, because we went this way. I guess we need to make sure that we can fight another elite. That's what we're trying to do. It's not it. Oh my god. Okay, so... I guess Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed is more card draw. I like card draw. I like drawing cards. Oh, we don't have a compile driver? Well, no, we did. We took a compile driver. We have 1 recycle. Strike dummy. Strike dummy probably does not help me do much. Whoa, it increases the damage on Thunder Strike. Does it? Does it actually? I don't remember. We are so dead. It's just like... It's just so bad, dude. We're just so dead. No, the core surge is like a turn too late! I'm gonna crash out. We're so dead. We're actually just so dead. Turbo is energy. We have 2 energy cards already. Yep. Okay. Can take it out of the cold snap. We can have 3 cold snaps. Ah. $24. It's like 12. That never kills this thing. Plus 9. 17. That's exactly 24. Oh my god. Might be dead. 12. If this is 9 plus 4. If that hits the bird. If it only ever hits the bird. Then I think we can be okay. Because Bullseye Cold Snap means we die still. Right? Yeah, we need to evoke these to stay alive. Okay, well we missed, so we suck. No! No! Wait, we're alive. Wait, the thorn saved me. Wait, I thought I was dead. That was like 30, right? We are somehow alive still. Hello, Book of Stabbing. Biased cognition. Play biased cognition. Do I want to, like, rebound the rainbow so I can play it next turn? If I... do, like... Because the other option is, like, bullseyeing and then blocking. Or if we bullseye and then we can make it to the darkness orb, which means we need 2 pushes. We have 1 push in the deck. We can rainbow first. If we rainbow first and then we push 1 with Cold Snap, then we can draw Cool-Headed, push to the Dark Orb, and then have, like, Bullseye dual cast. Which is, like, a thing. I kind of like that idea. I don't know if it's good enough. Hello, Stack. Stack is here. I want to recycle the reinforced body so that I can get something else, because I am a gambler. We are gambling. It could be card draw. It could be card draw. It's not card draw. This is already 23. How are we not dead? I don't... I thought we were dead like 70 ways to Sunday, and we are somehow still alive. Do I want a second compile driver? Is compile driver good enough right now? I feel like compile driver is like really, really good right now. With our aggregates and recycles. And rainbow. So do I want to take a second one? I don't know. It's another one of those decisions where, like, it seems okay, but I just don't know. Sure. Why don't we take a second one and then find out what happens when I take 2 of them? Usually it's okay if I take 2 at a time. I'll find out what happens this time. Pretty sure it's just Meteor Strike. We just take Meteor Strike. We can recycle Meteor Strike and it is very, very good. Taking anything else. Chill with Dead Branch is kind of interesting. We get like 1 cycle at the very start of the fight and it's potentially just wins me the game. Or I guess the other thing is that because we are at 2, then having a way to not immediately die is, like, maybe a good idea. So we're going to take these 2, and the reason we're taking those 2 is so that I can chill at the start of next fight and probably be okay. You just want to make sure we don't die to whatever this is. Okay, chill, not very good in this situation. But We get 9 block 1 time. 2 discoveries. Well biased cog. Hello, heat sinks, charge battery. We have an auto shields. Charge battery for free is kind of nice. Let's go play all these. Now we have 24. So we are blocking Hello Echo Form. Two aggregates is a lot of energy. We didn't actually need all the energy. Just, like, make sure we're not dying. Wow. Reboot Plus. Draw 6 cards. It's like a free draw 6 cards. I like free draw 6 cards. What if we didn't rest? It's probably insane. Okay. Well, we have 4 focus for this fight. I think I just want to play it. Like, I just want to not forget that I have it and then lose. So, let's play it. What is this? It's a defragment. Play this loop. Do I... Oh, we can save Reinforced Body. I could exhaust this Cold Snap. I think we have enough Frost without it. What do we got? Reprogram. Well, that's a curse. Static Discharge. Do I play Darkness? I feel like Darkness is like particularly bad versus the Collector. I'm not going to play the Darkness. Another Static Discharge. Aggregate. That's 50 damage. That does not save me. No! Like, how do I block the most amount of damage while still taking, like, 1 damage from this guy? I think it's Steam Barrier. If I do these 2, that's 20. I take 4 on this. And then it's 30 plus 27. It keeps me alive. Do I want to play the leap next turn? Not really. Oh no, it doesn't... Wait. Did I just like do the math wrong entirely? I thought I had to take the damage. Oh, because I wasn't counting the passive block. I just thought it was dead. Okay. No recycle in sight. How many cards do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even if I Darkness Compile Driver is only draw 2. If it's exactly recycle, then that's kind of cool. It was not recycle. Oh, it was aggregate. Ah, that could have been so good. Okay, now we're actually dead, right? No, we're at 33. We survive at 1. Recycle Thunderstrike. That is a streamline. Okay. Okay. Now we're dead. We are finally dead. I was like, we keep getting all these different things that say I don't die for some reason. We have finally died. I mean, just pile of stuff. .deck. I kind of wish I was actually exhausting things with the recycle. And because I wasn't exhausting things with the recycle, it was, like, awkward and bad. I actually, like, didn't like the dead branch. We have, like, literally 16 minutes exactly, because then I have to leave immediately after it. Darn. There's so many of you here. Thank you all for being here. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because we are definitely going to be playing Spire 2 when that comes out. Hopefully y'all are excited as I am. And I have a modded character, which I would like to port over / make again when there is modding for Spire 2. So, like, we're doing a bunch of that stuff. If that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing. We are trying to hit the big 3.0. 3.0? 3K? Is that how you would say that? Yeah. Just because I do need to go in exactly 15 minutes. Because I have an appointment, a medical appointment that I need to prepare for. But, yeah, thank you all for hanging out. It's exciting times for Spire. Yes, so the reason why we are trying to get to 3K is so that I can apply for the Arknight's Enfield Creator Program. I've been meaning to get back to it. I really want to, I really enjoyed making the Enfield video that's on my channel right now. I know it's, like, maybe not that good, but, like, I enjoyed making it. So I want to make another one. And I already have the opening line. I'm already thinking about the opening line. Because, like, the last thing that happened in the story is that you make gun turrets for the locals. And I just want to, like, cold open on, like, so we gave the locals guns, and they're like, that's it. Like, that's just the first 1.5 seconds of the video, and then I don't know what comes after that, because I haven't played it, but I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't done it. So, yes. I don't like having to ask things of people, but I do need to actually ask people to subscribe. Otherwise, subscribe, otherwise they don't. So, okay, let's lose really fast on my modded character. That is what we are attempting to do right now. Let's go ahead and fight some elites. Players would lose to elites in a heartbeat. Flar, our Arknights creator. Yeah, I'm really sad that I'm not playing old Arknights. I wanted to keep playing old Arknights, but it's so funny. Like, it is very interesting and like funny to me how, like, I guess 3 years ago I was playing Arknights, and then it's just like, I don't know. I was feeling real bad about it because it's like, oh, no one's here. No one wants to see me play silly tower defense game, you know? Because it's a little dry, I mean, among other things. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just very... what am I doing here? Do I want to take a rip time? Do I want to buy this membership card? For sure, yes. What else do I want to do? Is rip time good? Rip time recurring echoing pulse is interesting. Yeah, I remember the thoughts that I had while playing Arknights were like, man, nobody's watching, but I like this game a lot. But that was like 3 years ago. Arknights is/was a tower defense game. Yes, so Arknights is a tower defense gacha game. I liked playing the events. I didn't like reading the events because it was too much reading. Arknights as a tower defense offers not really much of content for stream unless you play a few gachas and rotate them. That's fair. It felt more like when there was something to do in the game, it wasn't like... Like, I would play through the event stages, and then, like, it would just be boring. But I think that's because I was both... Well, I want to say, like, oh, well, because I was a worse entertainer. It's like, as if I'm a better entertainer now. It's like, I don't know, man. Am I? Like, I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm equally bad at concentrating on what I'm doing and talking at the same time. Like... This is a suspend card. Dog, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna pick cards, man. I'm just gonna pick a bunch of cards. Well, we picked the AoE card for the AoE fight because we're Giga Brain, clearly. Yeah. I think trying to figure out, like, creative ways to make the game interesting is probably, like... Like, for events, I really should have been trying to, like, push to do weird things. Maybe I, like, randomized what operators I had. People like randomness. Do random stuff. Man, this character's broken. Who made it? Integrated strategies in that second mode can be interesting, but tower defense by itself isn't a popular game genre. I suppose so, but there's cute anime characters. And they're on screen all the time. Wow. Let's do... Rasp Fate. I know I'm thinking so hard about these. We're trying to lose. I only have 9 minutes. And then I have to go. We're trying to lose. This one. Yeah, I think if I were to do my 3-year review of... I played this a really long time ago. It's like, after the tower defense is set up, being able to yap is probably a good idea. Knowing how to do the big yap. Which, I don't know. I feel like I want to... Like, maybe I need to take an improv class or something. I'm just like, I need to yap better. We're not yapping enough. And then I like yapping about the game. And then we already lost. That's actually crazy. Are we just dead? Do we die? Have we already died? That's impressive. That's like a speed run. I speed run dying. I didn't know it was possible to lose in Act 1 on that character. That's crazy. It's also a gacha which automatically removes any interest I could have in it as a game. Yeah, that's reasonable. I think that's fair. I think that I think the biggest shame with a gacha game is when it is a good game. Because obviously the gacha is, like, not appealing to a lot of people. And I think for good reason. But then, like, the game is good, and it's like, Arknights was my first gacha game. I had seen other gacha games before that, and I'm like, oh, this game is, like, good. Like, it is a fun game. I enjoy figuring out what I want to do on the maps. Just, like, the core gameplay loop of, okay, let's, like, try doing this. Okay, we failed. Like, let's try again. Okay, we're gonna, like, iterate on our strategy until it works. And there were, like, a lot of, another thing that I really liked about Arknights was that you could use basically whoever you wanted. Like, all of the operators were pretty, like, valid to play them, which is, like, impressive, because you would assume that, well, it's a gacha game, you want people to pull the, like, the good characters, so, like, you have to have a power disparity, but, like, I genuinely think, like, even there was, like, a 4-star defender that was just really good. Korra was just really good. The one that has magic defense also is, like, good. It maybe is more stat sticky nowadays, but, you know, like, who knows? Doesn't matter if it's forgiving, it's fundamentally bad for game design and pacing, even before you get into the predatory incentives it creates. Which was the less popular and has... other games have microtransactions that are more predatory. You could pay full price for several Hoyo games and get a properly paced experience. Yeah, I'm curious what part of, like, properly paced... Oh my goodness. Properly paced you're referring to. Do you mean for, like, progression or, like, story or... Because I'm thinking that, like... Because this question... I had a discussion about this with some friends over the weekend because I was out of town, right? Which is, like, would people still play gacha games if there was nothing to farm, right? Or if there was, like, no purpose in farming? Or even, like, not no purpose, but, like, less purpose in farming? And, I coined this term a long time ago, and I think that it is accurate. Which is that a big appeal in gacha games is the farming. And it's not like... Because, like, as someone who has, like, done game design... I have done a game design, wow. Is that, like... I just want to think of, like, what experience people want. Like, what am I trying to give them as an experience? And for me, farming in many games is actually, like, a negative design pattern. It's like, if your game required farming, it's arguable that you could have, like, fixed the EXP curve, or, like, you know, what is the... Usually the numbers and the feeling of getting stronger is just to, like Metaphor Refantasio did it pretty well, where it's, like, you're gating access to several classes and potential synergies and stuff, but, like, it's just so that, like, there's a little bit of a restriction on what you're allowed to do. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful at the game, because there are several things that can be successful. Where was I going with this? There are several things that can be successful, and because of that, you don't have to grind, but it means that you don't immediately get access to every single thing all the time. So, like, you feel more attached to your decision to choose, like, oh, I'm gonna pick to level up the healer class. So now, because I paid a cost, I feel more like that is the thing that I'm gonna keep doing, I guess. There's an attachment to paying the cost of something and then, like, using that thing. So, farming is usually bad. I'm just gonna like... Usually it's not. Usually players don't want to farm or grind or whatever. But the way that I see a lot of gachas that include farming is that the experience that they are trying to give the players is just a plant to water every day. So it's like, well, why do I have to do dailies and like grind to get my thing to X level or whatever to do like whatever late game thing? Like, what's the point? A thing that I frequently asked myself when I was playing Dungeon Fighter, which was a, you know, MMO RPG that like involved a lot of grinding. It's like, why am I doing this, right? And, you know, why are other people doing this even? Because a lot of the culture was just grinding and like making your sandbag, like your damage test number go up, and it's like, well, like why? And I kind of assumed like, well, if I'm not enjoying the game right now, and this is going to be the core gameplay experience for a long time, then I should really consider what I'm doing, right? So I think that, again, people just want a plant to water, and that it is like fun for people to water that plant over a long period of time, and then eventually having it be like really, really good after like 2 months or something. Like they don't want to be challenged in like thinking and stuff like that because they're like burnt out from work or whatever. And they just want to like have this easy thing to do for 10 minutes that's like somewhat meditative. Like if you're playing an action RPG, it's like somewhat meditative to like be aware and be focused on like dodging boss patterns and doing all that stuff. Like, so I think that that is a genuine experience. That is a valid experience that like, if you remove all of the gacha from a gacha game, and then you give people this like farming simulator, like we can see something similar to Monster Hunter. So it's like you can just play Monster Hunter and then like farm a boss. And if the boss fights are engaging, then like Monster Hunter is a game. You are allowed to play Monster Hunter. So I think that it's a shame. Like the original question that I asked was like, are gachas like giving, like, can gacha games be good? And I think the answer is yes. There is a valid experience that a gacha game is trying to provide somebody, which is watering a plant every day, and that can be satisfying for people. It is unfortunate that like those systems are so integrally tied to a gacha system when there's like some degree of value there. And then for some, like, the obvious other thing is like, okay, well, some people just like gachas, like they like the microtransaction gambling aspect of gachas, so like that's what they're interested in. So like that's the obvious answer, okay? Like that, like whatever. But I just wanted to say that I was musing about this, and also I literally had a discussion about this recently with a friend. So, where it's like, can it be interesting? And I think there's precedence for it being interesting and all that stuff. So, anyways. Okay. It is, I'm realizing that it's 1 o'clock, and I was just like kind of turning my brain off so that I could like play this or have something to say. Yeah. Progression in story. Genshin Impact is what cemented the idea that you can't do a truly good gacha game. Cemented the idea that you can't do a truly good gacha game. Is it because the pacing is off? I wonder if that's like... Because, like, listen, you can be against the idea of gacha. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that, like, it's an opinion. Like, you are allowed to have opinions and preferences on things, but it doesn't... Like, as a designer, I want to be able to see what someone else is saying. Like, if someone is asking me to make a game, I don't want to tell them that they shouldn't do something based on, like, a preference that I have. I want to tell them to do something different based on, like, a game design principle that I think will improve what they want to make. Which means that I am required to be able to understand what the value in a gacha game is. So, I think that Like, you can... Yeah. I don't have to personally like the concept of a gacha game in order to... in order to be able to try and understand the value. I just killed myself. Well, we died. So that's great. I wanted to die. Awesome. Let's go. Okay. I'd counter that every part of the experience you described has nothing to do with it being a gacha. I mean, Animal Crossing does what you're describing. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is that, like, the point of all the things that I just described was just to elaborate on the fact of, like, where is some value in the standard character leveling progression and, like, grindy loop of doing stuff in gacha games. So, like, if I wanted to play Genshin Impact, but there was no gacha and I just wanted to, like, water my plants every day, I think it is possible to make a gacha game that has no gacha in it. Like, gacha game with the standard stipulations that we expect in a gacha game, because every single gacha game has, like, 5 different materials that you need to farm for your characters. Like, let's just assume for a second that that is, like, part of how every game acts currently. I actually criticized Chaos Zero for doing this because it's a roguelike deck builder, and I'm like, you don't need to level your characters if it's just a roguelike deck builder. Like, you can just have fun playing your roguelike deck builder. You don't need to level your characters. And guess what? They included a mode where you don't have to farm for the stuff and they just level your characters for you so you can play the roguelike. Crazy. So yeah, I am assuming that it is part of the standard experience to have leveling characters, farming characters, whatever, all of those things. I think it is possible to make a game that includes those features and is good. And then you can ask yourself, well, is the gacha aspect... Because you mentioned progression and story, right? So if we care about progression and story being better, then we're criticizing progression and story and not the gacha. So I think that the Genshin Impact team could make a better story, potentially, without touching the gacha. I think that Genshin Impact could potentially make better progression, or leave the progression the same, because we've elaborated that the progression systems can still give people value in a particular way. So those are both two aspects that have nothing to do with gacha that could be improved, that could make your experience playing that game better. Right? So, if your personal line, if your personal preference of, like, this has, like, gachaing for characters, I will not play this game, that is, like, completely valid and reasonable. But if your complaint is about the progression and story, you are not complaining about the gacha systems anymore. They're different systems. The elements you keep describing are not gacha. Farming isn't gacha. The loot box pulls are the gacha. So this is my problem. Does anyone understand what I'm trying to say? Right? So I don't have time for this, unfortunately. That's really too bad. This was definitely one of those things that, like, required a little bit more time to discuss in order to, like, properly describe what is happening. And I don't think I have the time for it. So I will try reiterating one more time, because I desperately just desire to have people understand things. And that is my own cross to bear. So I think the elements that you're conflating with gacha aren't fundamentally tied to the loot boxes. So I'm not conflating them, because I'm saying that directly. Okay. Allow me to explain. Every gacha game that I have seen in the last, like, 5 years has the farming elements. The reason it has the farming elements, from a gacha perspective, in a more cynical way, the reason why it has those things is that the longer you keep a customer in the game, the more likely they are to make a transaction. That is the, like, cynical, fundamental reason why there is long-term grinding in a gacha game. Which is why they are in every gacha game. So I'm going to make a statement that I do believe that gacha games will include farming in them. I don't think that's a conflation. So, like, let's move on from that. There are 3 aspects that you discussed. You discussed gacha, you discussed progression, you discussed story. I think that it is possible to improve the story. I think it is possible to improve the progression. And I think that it is possible for there to be value in both of these things without the gacha. We have agreed on this because you brought up Animal Crossing. And we both agree that that is a good example of including both of these elements in a game that is successful that does not need to have any gacha in it. It is okay to not like the gacha, and it is okay to not play games that have gacha in them. At a personal level, that is completely valid. Like, I am not disputing that at all. That is like a 100%. I actually think that is probably like better for a lot of people. There are a lot of people who should not be playing gacha games because it is really bad for them. I am like 100%, 1,000,000% on your side. So, now that being said, I think that there are people who like specifically the gacha. That's like the other camp of people. And I think that for those people, that experience should be available for the people who want that. Again, like, gambling is extremely highly regulated in several places so that people can do it, and then it's still arguably not good for those people, or there are a lot of people that it's not good for, but I do think that I want people to be able to enjoy the experiences that are made available to them. I think that it is a shame when there are good games that are doing everything right that is not the gacha, because I think there are games that are doing that, or I think that there are developers who are trying to make a fun gameplay experience, and then there are people who don't play it because there's gacha, which again is like valid. It's just like unfortunate that that is the state of things. The impact that it introduces RNG pacing. Alright, well, I don't think that, like, I'm gonna say that I disagree that the gacha inherently changes the design of the pacing. Like, I think it'd be possible to have a regularly paced game and still include the gacha in it. Yeah, and I just think I disagree. I'm gonna say that I think that it is 100% possible within the brain space of game design. This is a game design problem that is solvable. You can apply your game design knowledge to improve both of those things and have them not related to the gacha. I would go so far as to say that they're actually completely unrelated. But again, that's just my observation. If that's not the way that you see it, that's okay. So yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I have to go. We're 10 minutes over. And I have a problem foot problem I have to fix. We started this discussion about feet. And guess what? I'm about to go to a physiotherapist for my foot. But yeah, I want to make it clear that I think that, like, a lot of the things you're saying I agree with. I think that there's an argument to be made that these systems have affected each other in the development for those games. I can't prove whether that is the case or not, but I would believe that it is the case. That being said, I do think that it would be possible to fix those things and still include a gacha. Possibly. I don't know why you would, though, in the sense that, like, this is such a dumb thing to say. It's like, I'm saying I don't know why you would, in the sense, like, I had a thought there, and I'm immediately losing it, but it's like, no, I completely lost it, sorry. Would you agree that when you get a new character or when you unlock new abilities as part of the pacing and progression? I do not agree that when I get a new character, it affects my pacing or progression. I also do not agree that unlocking new abilities is part of my pacing or progression, because you can beat the story progression in a game with level 20 characters. So yes, I believe it is possible to disagree with both of those statements, even though I don't fundamentally disagree with both of those statements. So I personally think that both of those things could affect pacing and progression. But I think that there are examples of it not being the case. Yeah. I think there's a lot more there. Okay. So if you're still here, I'm going to say, hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support as always. And I will see you all next time. Again, if you are interested in Spire content, we are 100 million% going to be playing Spire, so please stick around for that if you are interested. And we'll see you all next time. Okay. Goodbye. Bye.